The millionaire had always believed he understood the value of loyalty. He had built his empire from scratch, starting from a single workshop to a multinational company. But somewhere along the way, his heart had hardened. Success had wrapped him in gold and glass, protected, admired, but also isolated. His mansion was filled with luxury, but empty of warmth. He had dozens of staff, yet not a single true connection. Everyone seemed to serve him out of fear or greed. Except one, Maria, his maid. Maria was quiet, humble, and always on time. She never spoke much but worked harder than anyone else. She was always respectful, but not submissive. When others flattered him, she remained honest and kind. The millionaire often wondered about her, but never asked. To him, she was just another employee, until one winter morning changed everything. It started when he overheard a few of his staff talking in the corridor. They whispered that Maria had been leaving early, that she had borrowed money from someone, and that she might be hiding something. Rumors irritated him. He didn't tolerate secrets under his roof. But something about Maria made him pause. Instead of firing her immediately, he decided to see for himself what she was hiding. So he did something no one expected. He disguised himself as a plumber. With a cap pulled low and a fake mustache, he told the head butler that the mansion's pipes needed inspection. Everyone believed him. No one would ever imagine that the country's most powerful businessman would crawl under sinks or fix boilers. The next morning, he waited until Maria arrived. She was cleaning the dining hall, her hands red from cold water. She didn't notice him at first, but when she did, she smiled gently and offered him tea, something no one else on staff ever did for the plumber. He thanked her quietly and watched her move gracefully, cleaning every corner with care. When lunch break came, Maria packed a small box with food and slipped out the back door. He followed her discreetly, keeping a safe distance. She walked down the street, past the market, and into a poorer part of the city. She entered a small, old apartment building. The millionaire's heart pounded. He crept closer, peeking through a half-broken window. Inside, he saw a frail old woman lying in bed, coughing weakly. Maria knelt beside her, feeding her soup with trembling hands. "Mama, please eat a little more," she said softly. "The medicine will help you feel better soon." Her mother shook her head. "Maria, you shouldn't spend all your money on me. You work so hard already. I don't want you to suffer because of me." Maria smiled through tears. "You're all I have, Mama. I can't lose you." The millionaire felt something break inside him. All this time, he thought she might be stealing or lying. Instead, she was working 2 jobs just to care for her sick mother. He realized she had never once asked him for help, never complained, never even hinted at her struggle. The next day, he returned to the mansion still in disguise. He fixed a few pipes, pretending to be busy, but his mind was spinning. That evening, he overheard 2 of his senior staff mocking Maria. "She probably uses the boss's cleaning supplies to make money on the side," one sneered. "Pathetic girl, trying to act like she's honest." Before he could stop himself, the millionaire, still dressed as the plumber, walked up to them. "You shouldn't talk about people like that," he said calmly. "You don't know what she's going through." The 2 laughed in his face. "Mind your business, old man. You're just the plumber." But Maria appeared at that moment, looking exhausted from a long day. When she saw them arguing, she stepped between them. "Please," she said softly. "Don't fight. I don't want any trouble." She looked at the millionaire and smiled kindly. "Thank you for standing up for me, sir. But it's okay. I can handle it." That simple act of kindness silenced him. No anger, no bitterness, just grace. Later that night, he decided to visit her mother again. He brought medicine, fruits, and warm blankets. When Maria opened the door, she was shocked. "You're the plumber from the mansion," she said. "What are you doing here?" He smiled gently. "Your mother needs better care. Let me help." "I can't accept charity," she said firmly. "I've learned to survive on my own." He admired her pride, but he left the bag by the door anyway. "Then consider it a gift, from one worker to another." For the next week, he continued visiting secretly, fixing small things around their home and bringing supplies. Each time, Maria thanked him shyly but never asked for more. She worked tirelessly during the day and stayed by her mother's side at night. But one evening, Her mother's condition worsened. The millionaire was there when it happened. Maria panicked, calling for help, tears streaming down her face. He rushed her to a hospital, staying with her the entire night. When the doctor finally said her mother would recover, Maria broke down in relief. "Thank you," she whispered. "I don't even know your name, but you saved us." He looked at her, struggling to hold back the truth. "Sometimes people come into your life to remind you what really matters," he said softly. The next morning, he disappeared. He returned to the mansion as himself. No disguise, no fake mustache. The staff greeted him nervously, wondering if he had discovered anything. He called everyone to the hall and looked at Maria. "Maria," he said in his usual cold tone, "I know everything." She froze, her heart racing. "Sir, I'm sorry if I've done something wrong. I'll resign." "Be quiet," he interrupted. "You should have told me your mother was ill." Tears welled in her eyes. "I didn't want pity, sir. It's my responsibility, not yours." The millionaire walked closer, his expression softening. "From today onward, your mother's medical bills will be paid by me. And you won't be working here as a maid anymore." She looked confused and frightened. "What do you mean, sir?" "I mean," he said with a faint smile, "you'll be managing the staff. I need someone honest, someone like you." Maria was speechless. "But, why?" He took a deep breath. "Because you reminded me that humanity is worth more than money. I had forgotten that." From that day forward, the mansion changed. The staff became kinder. The millionaire started treating everyone with respect. He often visited Maria's mother, who would always bless him for his generosity. One evening, months later, Maria came to his office with a letter. "Sir," she said softly, "my mother wanted me to give you this." He opened it. Inside were a few words written in trembling handwriting. "Thank you for seeing my daughter's heart when others only saw her hands." The millionaire felt tears sting his eyes for the first time in years. He looked out the window, watching the sun set behind the city skyline, and whispered, "No, ma'am, she opened my heart when I thought I didn't have one." From that moment, he began a new chapter of his life, not just as a successful man, but as a compassionate one. The man who once believed loyalty was bought had learned that true loyalty, love, and kindness are given freely, by those who have the least but give the most. And every time he saw Maria smiling as she worked, not out of duty, but gratitude, he silently thanked fate for the day he chose to become a plumber.